Hello there, Sagittarius. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your reading for January 2022. This will be your monthly forecast. I'm sorry I'm getting these out a little bit late, Sagittarius. I've just had health issues and time constraints, so thank you so much for your patience. But I will say that this is also a bit of a Happy New Year reading for you, and it will give some themes and insights into the year ahead as well as this month of January. So I hope you guys have been doing great. Wonderful as always to see you. Thank you so much for being part of the channel. Sagittarius, this is mostly going to focus on your cards today. I am also an astrologer, so if you're interested in hearing a little bit more about the planetary transits and getting more in depth into the astrology of this month, there will be a link at the very end of the video. You can click on that and watch that as well if you are so inclined. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, would like any information on the card decks that I use in my readings, or would like to leave a donation for the channel, all those links and info are down below in the description box. So let's go ahead and start out. Sagittarius, I'm going to pull a bunch of oracle cards at the beginning of this read to give you some themes, energies, and highlights for the month and the year ahead. And we're also going to get into a Celtic Cross tarot reading. So stay with me to the end. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians and ancestors, let's see what we have for our beautiful Sagittarius folks. Anything that they need to know for their highest and best good for this month of January 2022, and as well a little peek at this year ahead. Thank you so much. Wow, I love it. Sagittarius, check it out. Top of the deck, we have the card of delight. This is such a beautiful, lighthearted, gorgeous energy to this card. It just feels like peace, happiness, delighting in whatever your surroundings are, wherever the world may take you, or wherever you may find yourself, being able to find the pleasure in whatever your current situations are, even if it's challenging. It's like there's always going to be something to be grateful for. The other thing that's coming up on the bottom of the deck is the card adventures. That is definitely a key word that Sagittarius generally loves to hear because you are such a sign of travel, movement, adventure, and I feel with that delight card coming up, it's really happy adventures. It's happy things that you're doing. It's, good journeys that take you to good places and good people. So you may be thinking about that already. And I noticed too, look at this, we have birds. We have birds in both of these cards. Just saying, this is not a specific bird deck, but we happen to have cards that both have that bird energy. So to me, that can really tap into things of the air element, because birds are so much the element of the air. You may have some air sign influence in your chart, or you may know somebody who does. That would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Next, let's get into some numerology for you. Let's see what numbers are coming up for Sagittarius. Yes. Ooh, I like both of these. Okay, we start out with the 67. That's coming up off the top of the deck with physical activity. Sagittarius, I know that, for a lot of us that are in, the top hemisphere, like it's hard to get that exercise sometimes because it is cold, the weather's not great. It can feel challenging to get out, but I think that as this month and this year roll along, that's going to change. There's going to be a lot of movement and a lot of physical exercise. On the bottom, look what we have, the number 11, a very powerful master number, and keyword of individuality. So I feel like you are definitely standing up for your authentic self, being your authentic self. You might even be looking into doing something that is a physical activity like dance or yoga or something very, creatively inspired, that helps you to express your individuality through physical activity. That would be a beautiful way to use that as well. Let's get into next your crystal and chakra card for this month. Let's see which gemstones or crystals are best to work with and what chakras will be most activated for you. Nice. Okay. Yeah, the physical body is really coming up here. The apophyllite is on the top, and that is the connection. Third eye and crown chakra. So this is very high vibrational. Sagittarius, to me, you are a spiritual seeker of the truth. And this is very much tapping into those higher realms, those higher chakras to help open you up to connect with the divine. But like I said, the physical body is also very activated. We have that nice warm red of the zincite. This taps deeply into the physical body and the root chakra. So look at how beautiful that combination is. The crown and that third eye, those higher chakras being activated to receive messages and connection from spirit. But then we also have this root chakra energy that's really keeping you nice and stable and very much present in your physical body, right? It's a nice, nice feeling of being nice and grounded, but also being able to speak to spirit and be on that high vibration as well. So let's get into this. We've got our spirit guides and allies. Let's see which one of you wants to come work with Sagittarius the most for the beginning of this new year. Wow, okay, powerful coming out. And I will tell you, Scorpio had the same one come out off the top of their deck, Lord Ganesh. I love him. He's actually one of my favorites to work with. Definitely about removing obstacles, any kind of delays, roadblocks, whether they're physical, emotional, or spiritual. So obstacles are being removed, spiritual support and connections are increasing. And on the bottom of the deck, we have Joan of Arc, famous Capricorn. And she, was very much about speaking her truth. She was ahead of her time. And so, Sagittarius, this may be something where this is a month of a lot of roadblocks coming down because you're willing to speak your complete truth from the heart, spiritually and unvarnished, just absolutely fearless. Beautiful energy. So let's get into next your Oracle of the Hidden Realms. And this will be the last Oracle card that I pull before we start our tarot. And let's see, what realm, Sagittarius, what are you meant to be embodying? Where are you meant to be placed for this month and this year ahead? What is your strongest placement? Let's see what we have for you. I love it. Oh my goodness. There's that beautiful traveling energy and spirit, Sagittarius, but it is a very unique one this year. It is the homeward traveler. And it's not about you going all over the world or trying to figure something out all far flung. No, all of your travels, all your journeys this year are leading you to your true heart's home, your true soul's home. Completion, reunion, return. You might be going back to a place you've lived before. You might be, moving in with family or old friends. They might be moving in with you. There's a feeling that it's like you're coming back to something that really was deep, that you have a lot of roots in. And if it's something fresh and brand new, this could be starting a new home with a new partner, new love interest, husband, wife, etc. But, this to me feels like a completion. It feels like you're coming back to something that's very, it just feels good. It just feels like I'm coming back home, or I'm starting a home, or I've found where I truly belong in the world. I've traveled the world, maybe feeling like that. I've gone all over the place. I've seen lots of things, but I know exactly where my heart's home is, and that's where I am being led this year. Ooh, getting chills on that one, Sagittarius. And what's interesting is that your ruling planet, Jupiter, went back into the sign of Pisces at the end of December. And Jupiter historically rules both the sign of Sagittarius and Pisces. So when Jupiter is in Pisces, it is in one of its home signs, which is actually super positive for you. Let's get into your tarot. I'll be using the vice versa tarot for the main spread and clarifying with the everyday. Let's see, Sagittarius, please, Spirit. Wow. Just feels like whole new beginnings. A lot of movement. Very positive stuff for you. Oh, right in the center of the Celtic cross. There it is. Ace of Wands. Passionate new beginnings. Feeling revitalized. Feeling re-energized. That's one of your most blessed cards there. It's a fire card. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius rule that card. And it is. It's really the hand of spirit bringing you in a whole new experience, a whole new life. And you've got a lot of choices to make, Sagittarius. You've got to make some decisions with this Two of Swords. There could be some real letting go of something that you've needed to let go of for a while. You may have been procrastinating on that for some time. But as soon as you make that choice and start moving ahead, it's going to start moving. Yeah, in the immediate past, we had the Three of Wands. So I do feel like you've been waiting quite a bit. There has been that sort of like, oh, when's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? And you've been waiting for your ships to come in. You know you've put the good energy out there. You know that you've put the intentions out into the universe. And you've been waiting for things to come back in. Yes, and you've been waiting for that harvest. With the King of Pentacles, clarifying that there's Taurus energy. It's like you've been waiting for maybe some money to come back in. Waiting for, you know, that raise. Waiting for something to be returned to you. Going into the immediate future, we have the Two of Pentacles, Capricorn energy. So this is about kind of getting all your ducks in a row, making sure work is good, making sure your stability is good, making sure that you're having a good time at work, because to me, that's the balance of it. It's not just all about hard work. It's not just all about the dry stuff and the making money, but it's also about, are you enjoying your life? That's where we get into that revitalization of you. It's time to make decisions that will support your happiness, to support your joy. Wow, look at this. And the Judgment card. Whole new rebirth, Phoenix from the ashes. I just feel like you're really having balance restored. That's very much what this feels like. And this time around, Sagittarius, I feel like you're getting into a place where you say, I have to be happy this time. I can't just be living and existing just to exist. I have to be enjoying it too. The Judgment card is the higher vibration of the Death card. You know, after the death and transition, it's time for a new life. It's time for a second chance. And you're getting that. But it's time to balance it out. Like if you had just been doing all work and no play, or all play and no work, it's got to be brought into balance. That's going to help you so much. Underneath in the subconscious position on the bottom of the Celtic cross, which you're very focused on in your heart and soul, is the Eight of Wands. Sorry, Eight of Wands. Sagittarius, this is one of your power cards in my opinion. It is a Sagittarius card. It is about movement. It is about that restlessness and coming out of stagnancy. So I do feel you're very focused on getting things moving. You're not wanting to wait forever, and I feel like that's what you're communicating outward to others, and if you aren't, you should be. Seven of Cups, lots of choices here. There's a lot of decisions that have to be made. I almost get a feeling some of you have been procrastinating a lot, or over contemplating, or overthinking some things. You got the Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. These are classic cards of like, you know, balance and reflection, and should I choose this one? Should I choose that one? I would say that Sagittarius, like you're in a hurry, like here, you know, this position, I feel like you're really kind of, you're feeling in a hurry, or you're feeling pressured in some way to make a choice really quickly. I would try, if anything, to wait until after February 3rd. that's when we're done with our Mercury and Venus retrogrades. Those will be done, and that's going to be a much better time to make that final decision. But I would go ahead and just, contemplate, look at, all the choices that you have, put them out very clearly on the table, pros and cons list, all that kind of thing, and make your choice, right? And put it into affirmative action after February 3rd. On the top, crowning the spread, message from Spirit, King of Swords, Aquarius energy. I think Spirit is saying, Sagittarius, try to detach from the emotion or the drama or any of that, real big stress that you feel inside. King of Swords is very cool-headed, very level-headed. He's the master strategist. And part of him doing that job is to very much detach from any of those really messy emotions and look at things very clearly, very logically, to make that good choice for the future. Because this is a king of the future. Aquarius is a sign of the future. So it's certainly doing it with an eye for the long-term outcome. But I think it's going to be important for you to just kind of come at it from a more detached, clear, cool sort of attitude. It's going to help you make those choices a lot easier. And look at that. Yes, it is absolute confirmation. 8 of Wands on the bottom, what you're feeling inside. And Spirit is also saying, yes, Sagittarius, we know you're feeling that. The 8 of Wands is up on the top as well, clarifying the King of Swords. But yes, you're going to come out of stagnation and move a lot quicker if you keep a cool head about the way you're making your decisions. And make them during Aquarius season, right? And that's not too far. That's not too far away. After February 3rd, our retrogrades are over. We're in Aquarius season. Things are going to start popping for you. Let's get a suggested approach for you. Great reading. This is a fabulous reading. And these are flippin' and flippin'. And they got a lot of advice for you. That must be what it is. Free yourself. That's a big one. Sagittarius, 8 of Swords is the suggested approach. It is certainly time to change your mindset from one of, I can't do it, I'm trapped, I'm stuck, I'm not good enough, low self-esteem, low confidence. It's time to cut through those old thoughts and those old ideas, because nobody can free you but yourself with this card. Check out the bottom. It's time to cut through those ties. And look at that eagle coming in, soaring in, to remind you that you can have that freedom. You can fly into the heights. And so, yes, Sagittarius, it's time to cut through anything that you feel is holding you back. And it's definitely time for you to speak positive affirmations and lift yourself up. Because if you've been feeling down or you've been putting yourself down, that is what has to change here. Yes, so that you can have, guess what? The 10 of Cups, the ultimate happiness, the joy, the pure bliss. I feel like, what's waiting for you on the other side of this. It's that same feeling. Look at that. The homeward traveler, right? The home, the journey is completing. Finding what it is that makes you truly happy. Gives you that sense of happy family, happy people that you're living with. Makes you feel happy to come home. Oh my gosh. Okay, that one just wanted to flip out, so I'm going to keep that one. And I'm going to pull you a second one as well for the potential outcome here. Wow. So the first card that flipped out for the outcome was the 3 of Cups, which to me is just, it's a card of celebration, happiness, like we talked about, feeling good with your friends, feeling good with your family, just joyful news all around. And the second card that came out was the Strength. Beautiful card of balance and really coming back into your own center. Because to me, the Strength, it embodies so much. It's a balance of our divine side and our physical nature. That's the roaring lion, is our physical nature, and the woman is our spiritual side that animates us, right? And she's calming down that lion, calming down the drama. Like I felt that earlier. And I don't know if it's you feeling kind of dramatic and, very, with a lot of, high emotion, or it's somebody around you. Could be a Leo, right? They're very dramatic at times, very colorful. It could be coming from someone else, but I think that, for you, Sagittarius, this is a month where you're balancing that out quite a bit so that you can make those cool, logical decisions, right? It's not that you're not passionate about those decisions. It's just that sometimes you have to really clarify, what can I practically, logically accomplish, and what is sort of like icing on the cake. If I can do those other things, that's great, but these are the main things that I want to do. Really kind of getting clear and simplistic, very, very focused on what it is that you want to do. Let's get a clarifier on this outcome. Seven of Wands. I will say there's a few similarities between this read and Scorpio. They had the Seven of Wands in an outcome position as well. And they also did have that Eight of Swords. They had the Eight of Wands. They had two King of Swords right on top of each other in their reading. If you have Scorpio placements or vice versa, you might want to check out the Scorpio reading. But that Seven of Wands coming out, it really does feel like you're standing up for yourself. You're being very, very strong, very courageous, in a way that maybe you haven't been in the past. Really standing up for your own personal joy and happiness is what I feel in this particular read. Yeah, let's see on the bottom, right? We've got our Tower card. So something has to be redone. Some foundation needs to be, destroyed and put back together so that it works for its best. And, our little Capricorn queen, our Queen of Pentacles there on the bottom, she's all about a solid foundation. So if something is being shaken, if something is being removed from your life this month, it's a blockage. It's Ganesh coming in, Sagittarius, and removing those obstacles for you. So don't worry. If anything goes away this month, it was meant to go. And, a better foundation is going to be rebuilt. So this is a powerful reading. It's very positive. There's a lot of good coming through here. So let's get an affirmation on this, please, for Sagittarius. Ah, yes. Look at that. Peace. That's what you need. It's a peace of mind, peace of heart. Calm your thoughts and move your awareness to a peaceful space inside your heart. Feel the ebb and flow of love, the eternal movement of the stars. Your life is forever unfolding to greater spheres of love. Relax and do not worry about anything, for all is well. You will soon enter a time of well-earned peace and tranquility. That is a perfect summarization, is yes. Turn loose of those worries, fears. You're not going to make a wrong decision, Sagittarius. Especially if you can wait till those retrogrades are over. If you can't, you can't. But if you can, I would. That's always my advice. All right, guys. I hope you have an amazing rest of your January. Happy 2022. And I'll be looking forward to seeing you soon. Take care.